welcome everyone to our February 15th Board of Trustees meeting. And we will reconvene our meeting with a Pledge of Allegiance and moment of silence, led by Daniela Ruiz.
Please stand. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We are busy. We love to say we don't have time. Meetings, classes, conferences, flights, presentations. Some of us even get master calendars with events we must attend throughout the year, so we must be selective when scheduling things to ensure nothing overlaps. Yes, restrictions like these might make you feel like you don't have time, but it's important to remember that change starts in your thoughts. And to make more time, you need to change the way you think. Stop living in what-ifs and start living in the present, in the now. This could take form in mindfulness, breathing, or even small breaks in between assignments. We are human and we are meant to breathe. As we take a moment, take a few deep breaths and trust that you will get everything done in its time. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniela. Very wise words, and to remind us to always take a deep breath and reflect. I would like to recognize a member in the audience, a trustee from NOCCD, Trustee Stephen Blount is with us. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. And now we will move on to our closed session report.
Thank you. 4.1, no reportable action taken regarding public employee performance evaluation superintendent. 4.2, the Board of Trustees unanimously approved the settlement agreement in OAH case number 2023100270, resolving all issues in dispute by providing assessments, compensatory education, and other reimbursements. 4.3, no reportable action taken regarding negotiations. 4.4, no reportable action taken regarding personnel. 4.5, this item was pulled prior to the adoption of the agenda. 4.6, the Board of Trustees unanimously voted to accept the agreement with employee HR-2023-24-09. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Guerrero. All right, moving on to items of business. Resolution 6.1, resolution number 2023/24-B-11, authorizing the issuance of Anaheim Union High School District, Orange County, California, 2024 general obligation refunding bonds. And this is an action item.
So moved.
Second.
All right, and I'm to refer to Dr. Nguyen to introduce Chet Wang.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We have Chet Wang here from Keygen. He is our independent financial advisor, advising us on this proposal here for your review. So thank you.
Thank you, and good evening, trustees, Superintendent Matsuda, staff, and community. We have a bond refinancing opportunity in today's current interest rate environment. And before the board this evening are documents to approve the issuance of potential refunding bonds. So we'll look at economic conditions, potential savings, and potential next steps should the board approve tonight's resolution. So under the IRS rules, we can do refinancings either on a taxable basis, which have higher interest rates, or tax-exempt basis, which come at a lower interest cost. A current refunding is a type of refinancing we can do tax exempt when we pay off bonds within a 90-day period of their redemption date or their call date. The district currently has 3 series of bonds that will be within a 90-day period. That is the 2012 refunding bonds, the 2015 refunding bonds, and the election of 2014 Series 2015. The last two series callable in August of 2024. Financings generally take about 90 days to complete anyways, so we would be within that 90-day period upon completion. So what does the interest rate environment currently look like? If you look at the chart to the right, you can see that interest rates, and these represent municipal bond interest rates, took a pretty drastic decline to end the 2023 calendar year. That was a function of economic data indicating to the Fed that there might be cuts coming in the 2024 calendar year. After 11 increases of the Fed funds rate to over 5%, we might start seeing interest rate cuts. The market is projecting probably in the June or July timeframe. And because the market reacts to expectations, interest rates dropped starting in November of 2023, as you see in the chart. So what do our savings look like? We would be replacing certain of those three series of bonds with new refunding bonds, which come at a lower interest rate. So it's very similar to a mortgage refinancing, where we're paying off a higher interest rate with a lower interest rate. The main difference here is we are not extending the original repayment term. So we're not going to replace 20-year bonds with 30-year bonds. If there's 20-year bonds to refinance, they will be replaced with 20-year bonds. The savings are going to fluctuate until we actually sell the issuance and lock in the rates with investors. All costs of the financing, except for the credit ratings, are contingent, so no fees would be paid if the financing is not ultimately successful on the advisory side of things. And under current interest rates, we're looking at about annual savings of $225,000 in each year of the refinancing over a 16-year repayment term that will total $3.6 million. If we take a present value of that savings and turn it into a percentage, that's 5.3% present value savings. The industry has a benchmark of anything above 3% is a worthwhile refinancing to consider. And we're able to achieve these savings by replacing old bonds at an interest rate of 4.05% with new bonds at an interest rate of 3.26%. So it's about a 0.8% reduction, again, without extending the original repayment term. As I mentioned earlier, the savings will fluctuate until we lock the rates. So rates could go up or down as we move forward through this process. And here's a sensitivity analysis. If interest rates increase 0.1% or 10 basis points, our savings will go from $3.6 million to about $3.2 million. Conversely, if interest rates decline 10 basis points, our savings would increase from $3.6 million to about $4 million. So if the board should approve tonight's resolution, the next steps would be to update the district's credit rating with Moody's. You currently do have very strong credit ratings of AA2. That's a high-grade credit rating. So we would work with district staff, Dr. Nguyen and the superintendent, on presenting the district's local economy, your very strong finances, your policies and procedures, your debt profile. We would, once we receive the rating, the bond team would finalize the offering document, circulate that to potential investors, and interest rates could be locked as early April, should interest rates be favorable. To the extent they're not, we're able to pause, watch interest rates, and work with Dr. Nguyen to determine what savings level is right for us to lock in the rates, and then we would close by early May within that 90-day period. So with that, welcome any questions you may have.
Trustees?
I had a quick question. Is this the first time we have looked into refinancing the bonds? Do
Great
you know?
question. The district has taken advantage of refinancings in the past. In fact, the district has done 3 of them in 2005, 2012, and 2015. And across each of those, or total of those 3, It's about $16 million of savings. So the district's done a great job of lowering the tax burden for your taxpayers when interest rates allow.
Got it, thank you.
Great question.
Now, this is a great opportunity for us to save our voting public money. And I'm sure they would love that, as we
Yes,
would.
and the idea of doing it now is so that the tax roll, when they issue it later on in the year, would see the savings, correct? That's the goal. And
Yes.
so that's why I was like, depending on timing, because of the interest rate. And I did ask Chad that question of, do we wait even further, depending on where the interest rate? But like he said already in the presentation, the fact that the rates already reflected, the Fed's already going to, that anticipation, the rates already kind of start falling already at this point at the bond market. So it's a little different than how we get the mortgages. But so that was one of the things I did ask. Should we wait, right, to see if further rates, and, we can determine at that point, once everything is ready, in April, to see if that time, with the savings will still hold up.
So you said it'd take about 90 days to prepare everything before we would be able to issue?
That's correct.
And then when we issue, we have to be within 90 days of our August date,
That's
right?
correct.
Okay.
Sounds like a low risk for us, and so thank you for looking out for us. Nancy, you're always doing that. And thank you for explaining this so well.
Very good.
You
I
did
think
a
our public
wonderful job.
understands.
Yeah, very easy to understand. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, action item, and this is a roll call. Mr. O'Neill?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero?
Aye.
And Ms. Trejo, I vote aye. All right, bravo. Okay, moving on to item 6.2, naming a facility, Anna Piercy Arts Education Building.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. I just wanted to read a little bit about what this is all about. The background information is that the Board Policy 5201, naming a facility, was adopted on April 14, 2011, by the Board of Trustees to develop procedures for the naming of facilities to honor individuals in the district. As per the Board of Trustees' request, an ad hoc committee was formed to review the proposals and to make policy recommendations to the superintendent for board consideration. And the current consideration is that the Board of Trustees is requested to approve the request to rename the Fine Arts Wing, Building 700 at Lexington Junior High School after trustee Anna Piercy. Ms. Piercy is a passionate and committed advocate for our students and school sites. Elected to the AUHSD Board of Trustees in 2006, Ms. Piercy's contributions to education span over several decades. She began her remarkable 37-year career in AUHSD in 1968, teaching various subjects including geography, art, and reading, and later history, English speech, as well as drama. Her commitment to education is paralleled by her extensive service in local government, including roles on the Cypress City Council, the North Orange County Regional Occupational Program, and several other significant positions. The District Ad Hoc Committee evaluated the request, developed a report, and made a recommendation to the board for their consideration. The recommendation is to name the 700 building at Lexington Junior High School the Anna Piercy Arts Education Building. Would anyone from the audience care to speak on this matter? Okay. Stephen Blount. Come on up.
Wow, this is the second meeting here in 2 days, and I'm still recovering from the first one, but I thank the Anaheim Union High School District for their hospitality and the graciousness and their overwhelming support in making us comfortable and able to do our work, which was very passionate at this last meeting. I am Stephen T. Blount. You can count on Blount to come through for you. And I've known Anna for 34 years. First met her when my son Jason took speech from her at Lexington Junior High. And Jason was a special kind of person that relates well to all people and endears himself to all people. And when the second opportunity to support and be thrilled about it, the naming of a building came after Coach Tom Miner's name going up on the gymnasium at Lexington, because Coach Tom would ask Jason to demonstrate a skill, physical skill, or a skill used in sport. And Jason says, "I'm too old for this." So it wasn't long after that, Coach would say, "Grandpa, show them the class how to do this." So everybody knew him as Grandpa, and he continued on into high school where he was a TA to his freshman high school football coach when he gave up being athletic director, and they gave him earth science, and he says, "Jason, you got to help me. I don't know anything about earth science." So they met every morning before class, and Jason said, "Well, this is what we'll teach today, and this is how we'll present it, and you do this, and I'll do this." So he had a special time at Lexington, and Anna was very much part of it, and I'm thrilled to support this item, and be sure to invite me to the unveiling of the name on the building. I would appreciate that so much. And yeah, and Anna and I have served on various city committees in Cyprus. I followed her career in the city council, and then for many, many, many years we've been members of the Cyprus Kiwanis Club, and as such we encouraged, supported, and brought along the key clubs at 4 high schools. 3 of them are in the district, 2 are in our area, and I can't be happier that this is being done for Anna.
Thank you, Trustee Blount. Would any of the board members like to speak on this issue?
I think one of the wonderful blessings in life, if you love the work you do, you have joy going to work every day. And I would say that Anna Piercy loved her job, and she has been blessed multiple times with the joy of the work that her students have produced. And I thank her with all my heart.
I think this is a wonderful way to celebrate her 35 years and continuing for everything that she's done for AUHD and especially for Lexington Junior High School. So looking forward to seeing the naming of the building.
Yes. Anna has been in giving herself for the last over 55 years to not only her city, but to the school district. And she continues on even till today. So a lot has been said here about what she has done over the years, and this is not a more fitting tribute to her by naming a building where she worked for almost 37 years of her teaching career. So it will be remembered long from today forward, as long as the buildings stand. So that's decades to come, Anna. So congratulations on all that you've done.
Well said, trustees. Anyone cabinet?
Well, I'd just like to say on behalf of all the teachers and students, Anna has been a devoted, loving, and trustee that has served our district so well, and she is so deserving of this. I also want to put a shout out to her family. Her daughter is a teacher in our district, Kenna, and her other daughter is a nurse in our district over at Orangeview. So thank you so much to the board and to Anna for all her service.
And just to let you all know, Anna is watching, so say hello to Anna. And we love you. And I can't think of a more fitting building, arts building, where she loved, where she taught so many students. And in talking with her the other night, she is so honored, and she feels blessed by the accolades and just the messages and hellos that people are sending her. So please continue. She says that she is really honored and humbled by the attention, but feels very blessed to hear it all. So with that, we'll take a vote. Is this a resolution or?
Just straight vote.
Straight vote? Okay, well, we'll do it anyway. We'll do a roll call so she knows. Mr. O'Neill?
Absolutely, yes.
Ms. Smith?
I ditto, yes.
Ms. Guerrero?
Absolutely, aye.
I vote aye. Congratulations, Anna. We love you. All right, moving on to reports. Daniela Ruiz.
Starting the AUHSD January school report with Anaheim. Anaheim was honored to have their alumni come back, like Mr. Ruben Drones, who is an NFL player, and Mr. Saldivar and council member Ruba Karak to come back and visit their track opening. CVA students took part in graphic design contests for drug awareness, and the winner of the winning poster would receive a $20 gift card. Cypress would like to highlight their SYS basketball event that they held. Catella ASB had their annual dance for their special needs students attending Catella High School during lunch. There were plenty of fun activities like karaoke, dancing, cup pong, and Jenga that allowed for the LAS students to chat with ASB members. Kennedy would like to congratulate Mr. Reed on being named AUHSD's Teacher of the Year. His passion to help students plays an integral part of forming the culture of our fighting Irish. Loera would like to highlight their Launch to Loera, where 8th graders from Ball Junior High visited the campus to interact in a school-wide tour and pep rally, along with interacting with different clubs such as RSVP. Magnolia is holding their international show, which is a cultural yearly event held every year. Magnolia's performing art groups for Latin Dance, Vietnamese Student Association, Dream Club, and many more put on a different cultural performances from different continents, from Lion Dance to Latin America. Not only performances, but different cultural foods from tacos, lumpia, horchata, and many more. The event will be held Friday, February 16th at 5 p.m. at Magnolia High School. It's $5 at the door. Oxford would like to highlight that their girls' soccer has now progressed into the quarterfinals for CIF, so congrats, girls. And Savannah's Brookhurst 8th graders visited the campus for Steps to Savannah, where they were commended for academic excellence through an awards night. That concludes the AUHSD January school report. Thank you.
Bravo. Thank you, Daniela. Okay, moving on to our item 7.2, our student speakers. And I have one student that wishes to speak, Alyssa. You sing. Welcome.
Okay, good evening. My name is Alyssa Singh. I'm a member of the Black Student Union at Western High School.
Could you speak into
sorry.
because we can't hear you completely.
Good evening. My name is Alyssa Singh. I'm a member of the Black Student Union at Western High School. I'm here to invite our AUHSD Board of Trustees to our 4th annual Black History Month celebration taking place on Friday, February 23rd at 6:30 in the evening at Kennedy Performance Arts Center. Our event this year will be featuring an inspiring keynote speaker, traditional African dances with AUHSD students, spoken word poetry, a live performance artist, and more. Our AUHSD BSUs are proud to be a part of our school district that strives to celebrate Black culture and honor Black History Month and beyond. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Alyssa, are you going to be emceeing?
Yes, I will be.
I thought so. Congratulations. Bravo. Break a leg. Thank you. All right, report of the associations. Do we have any?
Jennifer
Oh,
Society.
Jeff, there you are.
Oh, Jeff Morganson.
Welcome.
right, good evening, President Randall Trejo, Board of Trustees, Superintendent Matsuda, and Cabinet. I've been here at the district office for 2 full days for community schools, starting off with our professional learning yesterday and our learning and leading day. And so it feels like I need to find an office here, so I'm like, all right. I just wanted to let everybody know that we did hold our contract ratification vote for the tentative agreement, and it did pass at 87.1%. So that is good news. Do want to let you also know that Christy Bettendorf and myself will be traveling to Chicago and present on behalf of ASTA and also AUHSD for community schools at the NEA Leadership Summit on the first few days in March. So we're very excited for that opportunity to share what we've been doing here with the rest of the country and really rest of the world as well. We had the opportunity to continue with community schools to have several folks from LAUSD come visit us today at our learning and leading visit, and to let everybody know that in March we're going to take a team out there to present some of the things that we do here in Anaheim in terms of our focus on instruction. So we're excited to take that opportunity and share some of the strengths that we're doing here in Anaheim. I'm just kind of going down my list here, trying to keep it brief. And last week, I think it was last week, we had our teacher input group meeting. We talked a little bit about Aries, and I know that there's conversation about taking the function of Aries off of our district servers and putting it back onto the Aries servers. We understand that there's a cost to this, but on behalf of the association and all of our members, the time that it takes for our members to wait when it's offline, when we're losing data, when it's slow. One thing that I realized being president now for 5 weeks is time is our greatest commodity. So while there is a cost to doing that, I think what we're going to get for that money is literally thousands upon thousands of hours of productivity, where our members are not fighting Aries as a system. It's going to work properly, and they can then devote that time to other tasks and not have to deal with that type of frustration. So we are wholeheartedly in favor of returning Aries back to their servers. I may not be using the right language for that. I know Eric Green was going to speak to that, so he'll be able to explain the details, but we support his effort so that it just alleviates that time and frustration on behalf of our members. We are excited to continue as an association engaging our community through the LCAP process. I always enjoy and I always pick the parent involvement focus area to just have a chance to sit down and talk with students, talk with parents. So we are engaged and looking forward to continuing participation through the LCAP process. And I know with declining enrollment, with kind of the dark clouds of the budget to come a little bit, that as president and as other association members, I am more than happy to engage in conversations, collaborative work, so that any possible cuts can just be kept as further from the classroom as possible. So please let me know. I'd happy to reach out and have those conversations. All right, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeff Morgan-Stern, ASTA President. And I believe we've got Jennifer Sasai waiting in the wings for Alta.
Good evening, Madam President Randall Trejo, Board of Trustees, Superintendent Matsuda, Executive Cabinet, and students, parents, and community joining us in person and online. First and foremost, Alta wishes to extend our continued heartfelt wishes to Trustee Anna Piercy. We want her to know that our thoughts and support are with her during this time. There is also a digital frame for her. Please email any photos you have to her daughter, teacher Kenna Russell. This gesture represents our compassion and unity that defines our district. And I encourage everyone to participate in extending our warmest wishes to Trustee Piercy through this thoughtful gesture. As we continue Black History Month, we continue our commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion in our schools. The 4th annual Black History Month celebration is on Friday, February 23rd at the Kennedy Performing Arts Center. Additionally, we would like to acknowledge the significance of Lunar New Year, a time of renewal and celebration for many in our community. May this auspicious occasion bring joy, prosperity, and unity to all that celebrate. On a different note, we are excited about our upcoming AI Summit at the Westin Hotel in Anaheim. We're looking forward to 31 states being represented and 100 districts. It represents our unlimited possibilities of artificial intelligence. This event does underscore our commitment to providing innovative learning experiences that prepare our students for the future. As we look ahead, we want to remind you that we do have our upcoming open houses throughout the district where families have the chance to connect with teachers, explore the curriculum, and strengthen their partnerships between home and school. Lastly, let's extend our congratulations and support to our student athletes as they compete in the CIF playoffs. Their hard work, dedication, and sportsmanship represent the best in our district, and we stand behind them as they strive for excellence both on and off the field. Thank you so much for your attention, and we look forward to working as a team to promote our vision and mission of AUHSD. Thank you.
Thank you, Principal Smith. All right, do we have anyone from our Parent-Teacher Association? Okay, moving on to our presentations. Item 8.1, our LCAP mid-year update for 2023-24. This is an information item.
All right, well, it gives me great pleasure to bring up Dr. Hernandez, who is our Director of Learning and Development, who will be leading us tonight in our district's LCAP mid-year report. And just as a reminder to the board, this is different than what we normally do in June. This is going to be a much truncated version where we're required to just share an update on kind of where we are and where we're headed. As the board knows, we began our LCAP season last week. So Dr. Hernandez will kind of share our mid-year report to all of you so you know where we're at.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Freed. It's my pleasure to provide a mid-year local control and accountability plan update. But before I do that, I want to first take a moment and acknowledge the work of our board and cabinet for laying the foundation to our robust LCAP process where all educational partners' voices are elevated. Some background information, Section 61 of Senate Bill 114 requires districts to present an update to the current LCAP, which includes all available mid-year outcome data related to the metrics that were identified in our LCAP, and also mid-year expenditures also identified in the LCAP. So the purpose of today's presentation is to provide a brief update on our metrics and our expenditures. The LCAP is a 3-year plan that is updated annually. We are ending the 3-year cycle this year, and we have started our educational partner engagement process for the development of the new 3-year cycle of our LCAP. Our district's core values help us achieve our vision and mission, and through the LCAP process, we are able to ensure that we are doing what is best for our students and our families. Here's a brief budget overview. This chart outlines our budget items, our projected 23-24 adopted budget amounts, which we presented to the board back in June. Next to that, we have outlined our actual budget amounts, which are based on the first interim, followed by the difference. As you can see, the total projected LCFF funds decreased slightly from our projected adopted budget. The projected amounts were determined and based on our enrollment projections. The difference you see is based on our actual enrollment, where we saw a decline in students. We can also see that our state funds increased by approximately $9 million, which is primarily due to the added Prop 28 funds and the community school dollars that we received. Our local funds also show an increase of approximately $11.4 million for liability claims and a $4 million projected increase in interest income and a $1.5 million projected E-rate. In AUHSD, we utilized our local control and accountability plan and educational partner engagement process to develop goals. To develop our goals, our actions, and also to measure our progress. It serves as a plan for continuous improvement where we measure academic performance data, surveys, district indicators. We also gather input from various educational partners, which include our teachers, our students, parents, and administrators. Their perspectives and feedback provide valuable insight into our program's effectiveness. I will highlight data that was not yet available during the LCAP adoption in June, and also some real-time data that we have captured for the fall of this year. Our district graduation rates have maintained at over 90%, which is above the state average. We continue to make progress in the graduation rate for our students with disabilities and our foster youth students. Similarly, our A through G rates, also above the state average, demonstrate increases with our socioeconomically disadvantaged students, where we see a 2.3% increase. We also see a 6.8% increase for our students with disabilities and a 2.9% increase for our foster youth. Here you can see our standardized test scores. As you know, we do not rely on standardized test scores to demonstrate the full depth of student learning. However, it is a state mandate that we acknowledge and continue to work towards. We believe that by analyzing student performance, post-graduation outcomes, and feedback from our educational partners, we can better assess programs and highlight our student progress. Here's an example of that. From our class of 2023, 67.98% of our graduates enrolled in post-secondary options immediately after graduation. 42.5% enrolled in a two-year college, and 25.48% enrolled in a four-year college or university. We are proud to share that our persistence rate and college GPA have significantly and consistently outperformed college averages. AUHSD is also ranked number 2 in the county for CTE completion and ranked number 1 in the state for graduates receiving the state seal of civic engagement, which speaks to our mission to graduate socially aware, civic-minded students who are life-ready. We are also seeing great progress and meeting our desired outcomes when it comes to serving our plurilingual students. Our 22-23 reclassification rate was a 10.6%, and the percentage of plurilingual students who scored level 4 on the LCAP was 14.2%, also meeting and slightly exceeding our desired outcomes. It's also worth noting that AUHSD is ranked number 2 in the county and the state for our state seal of biliteracy. At AUHSD, we strive to provide meaningful education opportunities for all our parents and our families. In the fall semester alone, we had over 14,000 parents and family members participate in workshops and meetings. We also had over 9,000 families served via our food and our care packages. Our community schools model and approach to learning provides the opportunities for our students, families, staff to connect and work together to expand experiences and address the needs of the whole child. As a demonstration district, we are a model to many. We have coordinated several leading and learning visits where we have been able to showcase the assets of our students, parents, and our schools. Our guests have left inspired when they see our community school model through the lens of the classroom experiences of our students and the evidence in our PTAs, performance task assessments, our student engagement in CTE and AIM, and our student voice. Thus far, we have had 75 different districts and organizations pay us a visit and close to 400 guests. In actuality, this number has increased after today's amazing leading and learning visit to Loera High School. Regarding attendance, we have maintained a 91.2% attendance rate due to the dedicated work across the district. All sites have an attendance committee and are working hard at implementing the attendance task force recommendations. A safe and positive school culture is being supported through ongoing collaboration with the addition of 6 school resource officers, 1 district campus safety aid lead, and 3 campus safety aid floaters. As a system, we continue to support the social emotional well-being of our students. This year, over 2,000 students have received direct services from our school mental health and wellness teams. We truly believe in serving the whole student. As you can see, we're making good progress on meeting and exceeding our desired outcomes. And in the same way, we are utilizing our planned resources and expenditures to support the work. As was mentioned earlier, we had our first LCAP meeting on February 8th with close to 400 400 in attendance, with our students being the majority. Here's a snapshot of the remaining 4 LCAP partnership meetings. And as I close, here's a brief video showcasing our students' learning experience across AUHSD. Please enjoy.
I think student voice is really the groundwork of our education. The connections that we make is really what drives the community. And if you don't allow students to have their voices heard, it's really a one-sided conversation with the adults. But I think in our district, AUHSD, what's really important is that one of our drivers is student voice and purpose.
Thank you for your time this evening.
Thank you, Dr. Hernandez. Does anyone have any questions?
Thank you, great report.
Fantastic report.
Thank you.
I think it's a good idea to come to a midway point, and always good to reflect. But every time we speak as trustees to other districts, they cannot believe that we have that many students and adults in the room working on the LCAP. So a remarkable job corralling all the folks and getting that information out to them. A lot of work is done in the prep of this. We don't just throw people in a room. We have parents that are invited to actually learn about what the LCAP is and get educated on it beforehand, and students as well. So bravo to all the folks that are leading that, and especially Dr. Hernandez and Robert Saldivar. Thank you. Bravo. All right, moving on to item 8.2, AIM Web Design Internship.
Yeah, so it gives me great pleasure to bring up Scott Reindell. He is our coordinator of career readiness, and I know he's bringing up some of our teacher leaders, and I think we have a couple students here who are also going to give testimonials for the great work happening in this area. So Scott.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Freed. So it's with great pleasure that I introduce our presentation tonight on the AIM Web Design Internship. The AIM program, as always, is offering career mentoring and internships to students, and we're proud to have some, programs focused on certain industries as well, like our KindSet program focused on entrepreneurship, our Film Academy focused on filmmaking, and our web design internship focused on web design. Before I turn it over to Mr. Sean Manning, who will lead us through the presentation, a couple of shout outs. One to Mr. Eric Greenwood and John Bautista for coming to us with the original idea for this program. Also, shout out to Julianne Reel, who's here, who was one of the teacher leaders along with Mr. Sean Manning to get the program started last school year. So really proud of this group. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to Mr. Sean Manning, who will lead us through our presentation.
Thank you. So we have a fantastic program for these students that's working to ensure that they are college and career ready. And we run this internship just as though we're a small design agency with many different projects and opportunities. I'd like to introduce you to my partner, Mr. Hoffman. We hold it down. Come on. And we serve the students, and we meet them on Saturday academies and during Zoom meetings.
Under the direction of Scott and AIM, this was kind of a great opportunity for me. So I'll go to the mic. Here we go. Thanks. The program began in 2022 with Julianne Reel and Sean Manning. The meetings take place at the Western iLab on Saturdays, Saturday academies, and then we do midweek Zoom check-ins as well. You got it. Okay, cool. One of the great perks of this particular program is that the students receive a $600 scholarship upon completion. So once they complete this program, they get paid. The application process was highly competitive, and I'll speak for myself and Mr. Manning. It was amazing hearing some of these kids and getting a chance to interview them and hearing their feedback. Just from high school students, I mean, there's kids that I would see in college. It wouldn't be sounding as professional as them. The returning students get to mentor and teach the systems on the AUHSD website. And then we kind of do this idea of like this three-tiered system where we learn the system, create the sites as needed, and then participate in the internships with the industry partners.
And so, the program objectives are to update school websites and provide each of the schools interns to work with their local webmasters. Some of the students also work in the community as interns for development and digital marketing companies. And we develop websites for the district. This year our focus was the exclusive pathways, community schools, and the special programs. And then students use their voice. Also, as you'll see, as you hear tonight, they could use their voice and come to us with special ideas or special projects that they're passionate about, and we'll support them in that. So, excuse me for talking fast, but I wanted to give the time to the students tonight to share their experience. Joanne?
Hello everyone, I am Joanne Park, a sophomore from Anaheim High School, and I'm here to briefly talk about my internship at Above and Beyond as a web designer. When I first started this internship, I was excited but also worried that I lacked the experience for the job. However, I was invited to many meetings that taught me to use the website's program, WordPress. Catching on with the help of Miss Young, Miss Reel, Mr. Manning, and staff members of Above and Beyond, I got to work scouting each page for any inconsistencies. This internship deepened my understanding of web design and also allowed me to practice my soft skills like communication and attention to detail. The Above and Beyond internship was an incredible journey of learning and growth that taught me the importance of stepping out of my comfort zone. Thank you for listening.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shreyans.
And my name is Dheeraj.
And we're both currently juniors at Cypress High School in our second year of the AIM program. So joining the AIM program last year really sparked my interest for website development, and it led me to offering web design services for local businesses and real estate agents. In the future, I hope to use the skills that I gained from this internship as a computer science major in college and as a freelancer on the side.
I joined this internship because I wanted to know how a technology-related internship would be like. From a young age, I always knew I wanted to major in computer science, and this internship seemed like the best way for me to move forward with my career aspirations. In the future, I plan to use the skills I learned in this internship to build an AI-themed business in college.
So the AUHSD Tech Equity website is dedicated to ensuring the success of every student in the Anaheim Union High School District by offering them essential technology-related information, such as technology support contacts for technology-related issues, digital resources allowing students to complete assignments and personal projects, and internet access programs tailored for low-income families, fostering equal access to technology for all students and families.
This website stands as a brilliant example to the power of centralization in addressing educational equity needs. This centralization marks a significant leap towards bridging the digital divide, allowing any student, irrespective of background, the tools and resources necessary to succeed in an ever-increasing digital world. By bringing together all these resources into one centralized platform, it streamlines the process for students and parents to find the help they need. Such an approach not only simplifies access, but also ensures every student in the district has an equal opportunity to leverage these resources for their academic growth and success. Thank you.
Wow.
Let's go.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Brianna Din, and this is my talented partner, Lee. We're both juniors attending Magnolia High School, and alongside my talented partner, we crafted a website for our AUHSD community schools. Our primary goal was to highlight the invaluable contributions of our community-oriented schools and spread the essential message surrounding their significance. This internship has been a wonderful experience, profoundly shaping my perspective and future aspirations. Thank you for the opportunity to share my journey and the importance of our internship with you tonight.
Hello everyone, my name is Lee Tai, and this is my second year participating in the AIM Web Design Internship with my partner Brianna. And throughout this program, we have been involved in working on innovative projects to support educational initiatives. And recently, one of our projects was working on a website for AUHSD's community schools, and it was designed to enhance accessibility and resources for students and families throughout our district. Through AIM, we strive to have a positive impact and empower our community while obtaining skills to prepare for the future. With AIM, we also believe everyone can become involved. Thank you for your time and attention.
Wonderful.
And we have a couple minutes left, so if anyone has any questions for the students?
I don't have any questions. I think they're way above my level.
Oh, yes.
So just give me their phone number so I can call them and if I have issues.
Yeah, maybe some
Fantastic
tutoring.
presentation.
I know.
You know, students like this, or all students that come to our meetings and speak to us, we just love hearing what they have to say because they speak so well, and it just goes to show the education they're receiving from the district. So congratulations, all 5 of you go a long way in your careers.
Absolutely.
Well, I think you all did a brilliant job of speaking, clarity of the work that you do and what you're learning. And because we live next to the Hollywood industry, all kinds of job opportunities are obvious here in Southern California. And I wish you all well. It's just a joy to have you here tonight and to speak to us. And I just want to thank you and best wishes.
Likewise, I'm very impressed with each and every one of you. You did a great job presenting and through your work through the program. And also thank you to the AIM advisors for supporting our students in their projects.
I think there's going to be some job changes in a little bit. They can probably teach the course. They're so eloquent. Thank you, instructors, for your hard work and dedication to our students. And students, you're taking your Saturdays to do this. That just shows that this is passionate for you. And we really, really appreciate hearing from you, and all 5 of you are going to go so far in your careers. And I hear someone wants to work for themselves, right? Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you so much for your presentation and your words. Thank you. Oh,
Just real quickly, today we had our community school visit. And when we have our guests visiting, we often share our story and a little bit about our drivers and how they came to be. And when Mike today was sharing with the guests that the standardized testing is not our driver. Not that we don't take that seriously, but that's not what drives us. It's really about the whole child education. And when he was sharing that we don't do district benchmarks, we don't do interim assessments, that we teach the whole child, this is one of the first times, usually we get this look of shock, but we actually had people in the audience starting to clap because they're coming from districts that do that. When you think about what they just experienced in districts that are traditional, they wouldn't get these experiences. So it just shows, I think, for our parents especially, that you're in a district that really does believe in whole child education. This is a perfect example of our district preparing students for life beyond high school. So congratulations, that's awesome. Very good.
Thank you.
okay. Item 9. Do we have any other public comments? No? All right. Moving on. Item 10.1, school-sponsored student organizations, and our student trustee will join us in this vote. Action item?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Resolutions, 10.2, resolution number 2023//24-F-06, approval of notice of exemption for the Gilbert High School outdoor gym project. Outdoor item. Action item.
So moved.
Second.
Did anyone have any questions on this? No questions. Moving on to the vote. All in favor?
Resolution.
It's a
Sorry,
roll call.
resolution. Mr. O'Neill.
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero?
Aye.
And Randall Trejo votes aye. 10.3, resolution number 2023/24-E-11, Career and Technical Education Month.
So moved.
Second.
All right. Roll call. Mr. O'Neill.
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero?
Aye.
And myself, aye. All right. This is our resolution month. 10.4, resolution number 2023/24-E-12, National Parent/Teacher Association Founders Day, our PTA, yes.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Moved and seconded. And roll call vote. Mr. O'Neill?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero?
Aye.
And I vote aye. 10.5, resolution number 2023/24-E-13, Black History Month, action item.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Mr. O'Neill.
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero?
Aye.
And I vote aye. 10.6, resolution number 2023/24-E-14, Read Across America 2024. Action.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Roll call vote. Mr. O'Neill?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero?
Aye.
And I vote aye. 10.7, resolution number 2023/24-E-15, Preserve Music in Our Schools Month, action item.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Mr. O'Neill?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero?
Aye.
And I vote aye. 10.8, resolution number 2023/24-E-16, Arts Education Month, action item.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call vote. Mr. O'Neill?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Resolution 10.9, number 2023/24-E-17, Women's History Month, action item.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Mr. O'Neill?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero?
Aye.
And I vote aye. 1010, Resolution 2022/23-E-18, National Athletic Training Month, action item.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Mr. O'Neill?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero?
Aye.
And I vote aye. 1011, Resolution Number 2023/24, BOT-03, Compensation for Board Meeting, action item.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moved in second. This is a roll call vote. Mr. O'Neill?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero?
Aye.
And I vote aye. And I did that really quickly, but just know that each one of these resolutions means a lot to the Board of Trustees, and these will be presented to the schools to hang wherever they hang the resolutions, Arts and Education, Black History Month, Women's Month, and all of the like. We truly honor these resolutions. All right. Moving on to 1012, Agreement, Donald Caroti Partnership, Inc., action item.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second. Any questions or comments? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
1013, Public Utility Easement, City of Anaheim, action item.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions on this item? Okay, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. 1014, ratification lease-back agreement, Asphalt Fabric and Engineering, Inc., DBA AFE Sports Cypress High School Track and Field, RFP number 2023-23, action item.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions on this item? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 1015, Memorandum of Understanding, University of Southern California Center for Effective Neuroscience Development, Learning, and Education, action item.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second. Any questions or comments? Okay, hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
1016, Memorandum of.
Just one point, just
Okay.
on that 1015, if, whatever the findings are, you'll share them with the board when we get them?
Can do that.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on, 1016, Memorandum of Understanding, California State University, Fullerton, on behalf of Project Rebound, action item.
Slow moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments about this item? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
1017, Agreement with Karen Garrett, action item.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any questions or comments? Okay, moving on for the vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
1018, agreement with Dr. Anna
DeMichel.
DeMichel, thank you. Action item,
So moved.
Second.
moved in second. Questions or comments? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
1019, agreement with Dr. Jonathan Talberg. Action item.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
1020, agreement K12 Logic LLC. Action item.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moved in second. Questions or comments? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
1021, Contract Independent Psychoeducational Assessment, action item, Dr. Robin Morris.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, moving on, 1022, Agreement, Tyler Durman, action item.
Slow moved. Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Questions or comments? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Item 1023, public hearing disclosure of 2023-24 collective bargaining agreement with ASTA. This is an information item. Does anyone wish to speak on this item? Okay, seeing none, moving on. 1024, adoption of the 2023-24 collective bargaining agreement with ASTA, action item.
So moved.
Second.
Moved to second. Questions or comments? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
1025, initial contract proposal, AUHSD to APGA, information item. 1026, opening public hearing, initial contract proposal, AUHSD to APGA. Anyone wishing to speak? Seeing none, moving on. 1027, initial contract proposal, APGA to AUHSD, information item. 1028, opening public hearing, initial contract proposal, APGA to AUHSD. Anyone wishing to speak? Seeing none, moving on. 1029, initial contract proposal, AUHSD to AFSCME, information item. Opening public hearing, 1030, for initial contract proposal, AUHSD to AFSCME. Anyone wishing to speak on this item? Seeing none, moving on. 1031, initial contract proposal, AFSCME to AUHSD, information item. 1032, public hearing, initial contract proposal, AFSCME to AUHSD. Anyone wishing to speak? All right. We are now to our consent calendar. Anyone wishing to pull any items?
1110 II and 1111.
Yes.
Okay, 1110
1110 II
and
and 1111.
1111. Anyone else?
Also 11, it's already been pulled.
Okay, and I'm pulling 1113 and 1118. Catherine, any items to pull?
No.
Move the
Okay.
balance.
Move for the balance.
Second?
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, we have 1110 II. Well, can we do 1110 and 1111
Yep, so moved.
together? All right, all in favor? Aye. Abstention?
Aye.
Aye.
We have 2 abstention on that? All right. Item 1113,
So moved.
thank you.
Second?
And seconded. I just want to say thank you to United Way. We actually got to see Sergio Contreras at the Tet Parade. And from his words, he says that the pie is getting, the slices of the pie are getting smaller, but they've always been a great supporter of AUHSD, and he continues to try to get a bigger slice of the pie. And so we thank him for fighting for us and always being a supporter of AUHSD. All right. Anyone else wishing to speak on this item? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Item 1118 is mine. May I get a motion?
Second?
All right. I just wanted to comment, while this is always a wonderful event in person and online. I've been blessed to be able to see it online when I can't make it there. I hope they do that again. But I noticed that this year they're involving more of our students to participate with the dancers, and I would like the folks who are organizing this event to really to think more about involving more of our students, and I appreciate that our students are going to MC the event. I'm really pleased to see that the students are going to be taking the stage with this troupe. So, with that, I will call a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Moving on to Superintendent Staff Report.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. I just want to report that our National K-12 AI Summit is sold out with over 115 districts participating from 31 states and 3 countries. We have over 100 people on the waiting list. We're very grateful to our internal committee. Just want to highlight a few people: Amy Kwan, and you saw Sean Manning, Seema Sidhu. A number of people have been involved for several months, as well as our consultant, Brian Brady. And I also want to put a shout out to our supervisor, Doug Chafee, and our other partners, Chan Zuckerberg and Google, for stepping up and really putting some money and resources. This will be a very successful event. We're very excited about it. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Mine's real quick, but just as a reminder, next week's a busy week. I know we just talked about the Black History Month celebration at Kennedy, KPAC next week, but also next week is our CABE conference, the California Association of Bilingual Education. So our staff, a lot of our parents will be participating in the CABE conference next week. There are a couple recognitions, just so you're aware. Dr. Renee Bryant is the CABE Administrator of the Year, and then also Sycamore Junior High is receiving the CABE Seal of Excellent Award. So they'll be recognized at the dinner on Friday night. I know it's a conflict with the Black History Month, but a lot of great things going on.
Thank you so much. Congratulations to Dr. Bryant and Sycamore.
I do want to shout out to Western High School. I was at the football signing day this past month, and Coach Davison was able to get 10 out of his 13 football players, seniors, onto scholarships and to be playing for those colleges. So 10 students out of 13 seniors. So just amazing. 11 now? Okay, so the signing day was at
11 now,
11.
right.
So I'm very appreciative of the coach and all the site staff to make that happen, and by the entire coaching team. I've gotten to know that football family, and just I'm so proud of the entire staff and all the students and their amazing work. And so it's just so amazing to see the kids are able to go to college and be able to play sports and, do amazing things later. So just
Thank you.
Couple of shout outs as well. Just wanted to give a shout out to, again, Carlos and his staff for the successful leading and learning visit, and also to Loyola High School and their staff for hosting our 80+ visitors for the leading and learning visit. So as always, a great job to everyone involved. And then our LCAP, as Dr. Hernandez highlighted earlier, we had quite a few folks attend that first session, over 400 folks. So to all that attended, both online and in person, and to all of our sites for doing such a good job at encouraging our students, our staff, and our families to partake in the survey. Close to 17,000 folks have taken that survey. And then also, earlier this month, we had our National Counselors Week. So on behalf of our district, just a shout out to all of our counselors for the tremendous job that they do to support our students, staff, and families every day. From, when it comes to our students, from, academic counseling to post-secondary advice to mental health. So just a huge shout out to our entire team. Thank you.
Thank you. Daniela, did you have anything else to report?
Yeah, so I will be attending the CABE conference next week, representing Savannah's Global Language Leadership Academy as well.
Fantastic. Were you able to do any of the pledge? Get out there?
Yeah. I did a pledge presentation at Gower Elementary to parents.
Fantastic. Thank you for doing that.
What an experience.
Mr. O'Neill.
Me, okay. Well, I got around to about a half a dozen schools for the Servathon, seeing all the activity there, students excited and participating in helping others. Attended 7 open house events so far. There's more to come on the calendar. I attended the choral showcase at Kennedy, which was a great presentation of our district's abilities, so thank you very much. Looking forward to more showcases. Attended a budget meeting put on by Dr. Nehan, and always interesting, even though we hear about it here, but it's refreshing to hear. Attended an ROP board meeting last night where we recognized the employees, 7 employees of the year, I think is what it was. And one of our employees was the chef at Gilbert. And we don't realize when you go into a fine restaurant how much time a chef has to put in. He was saying that before he became the teacher for us, for the ROP, that he was putting like 70 and 80 hours a week. And he said there was, really no time for a family, and he felt so good going to work for the ROP, being a teacher, teaching the kids, and he could actually go home and have a family life. So he really not only appreciated the job, but he appreciated the ability to redirect, say, his life. I attended the LCAP meeting has been stated, and I was very surprised at the number of people that were in the room, very pleased, and I tried to do a quick head count, and I lost track after the few hundred, so it was wonderful to see all the students that were there and the parents that were in the audience participating. I have no idea how many were online looking at it at the same time. And then Monday night, I attended the Cypress City Council meeting where they recognized Anna Piercy with the key to the city and renaming a park in her name. So that's it.
Oh,
Thank you.
that's lovely. Well, thank you for sharing that. I attended the discipline committee meeting, and that is held with mainly teachers and some administrators. And the insurance committee is an example of how hard these different committees, people that serve on them, work to have an agenda and formulate what they're working on and sharing it. And it's quite an interesting process. And then I attended the health committee, and that was with Orlando Griego. And they were talking about the food that we serve our students and staff members in the school district. And I've come away with the feeling that we are a tremendously large family of surrounding support and love for each other, because every one of these committees pointed to what we do for each other. It's not just all for students, it's for everybody in the district. And I wanted to share something that it's an item that we haven't ever heard much about in public society, and it's called genetics. And what we inherit from our parents, our grandparents, and ancestors. And it's a process of learning who and what you are through life and listening to your body. And recently I got a call from my 21-year-old grandson in North Carolina. They moved from Anaheim back there, and he called to thank me for his remembering his 21st birthday. And I said, "What did you do?" And he said, "My mom's best friend is here. They had graduated from Savannah, and she took me out, and he had a drink." And I said, "What did you have, Nathan?" And he said, "I don't know, Oma, what to call it, but I think it had the word gold in it." And I said, "You are on the precipice of learning who you are. This is a life journey of how you can handle alcohol when you can't and should not have more, and that you don't ever get behind the wheel of a car." And now we know more and more today about what these committees come to help us to understand each other and ourselves, how we eat, how we learn about our history. Diabetes is a huge problem in society today. Do we inherit addiction? Do we inherit mental illness? And so on. And I asked our superintendent tonight about this, and he said we do have a unit on it. But I think that this needs to be elevated for our young people to understand that they're starting a life process of learning to know what they are and listening to their bodies. And I've read 2 reports in medical journals that young people vaping, these Juuls, I think they're called Juuls, that are flavored, that they could have become addicted after 1 puff. And that's their genetic. So I just wanted to share that because I think it's something that needs to be elevated and talked more repetitively to our young people. And then we received this school news put out by the school district, and it's information about the different schools and the leadership, and it's beautifully done, and it's just prideful. And then recently, we've been receiving in our Friday update the Gamut from Oxford Academy, and it's quite a paper. It's quite a read. And I am enthralled with how this all came about, and now they're producing this, and it's numerous pages, chock full with information, and community news, politics, etc. And it makes me proud to be part of this district, that people care about our young people, and that Orlando cares about the kind of food that he prepares, trying to teach our young people what a healthy snack is. And I just want to say thank you to all of you that put your soul and hearts into your work. And that's joy.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. Ms. Guerrero.
Thank you. I also had the opportunity to attend the budget committee. I attended Project Save's teen-centered ribbon cutting ceremony, and then joined some of my colleagues for the Save the Music Foundation check presentation at Ball Junior High School. And I just want to highlight some of the items that the Save the Music Foundation is bringing to our district, including instruments to Ball Junior High School and Sycamore Junior High School, a Marachi grant to Brooklyn Junior High School, and digital music grants to South Junior High School and Savannah High School. So thank you to our AUHD VAPA department for working with the foundation with that. And then I also had the opportunity to judge South Junior High School South Talks, which was an incredible experience. I'm looking forward to the AUHSD soapbox speeches on March 19th. But as an attendee, not judging, it was very hard to be a judge along with Trustee Randall Trejo. So looking forward to being in the audience. I also attended the TEP Parade, and I just want to thank all the programs that joined us to celebrate Lunar New Year. And then I attended open house at Savannah High School and Anaheim High School, and then also joined my colleagues for the City of Cypress presentation of the Keats City and park dedication to Trustee Anna Piercy. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Guerrero. And Mr. O'Neill attended the Ball Junior High School presentation as well. I was privileged to attend Anaheim and Loera's open house. At Anaheim, we were not only got to utilize the see the students showcase as well as at Loera, but we were also able to watch the girls water polo team win. It was a nail biter. I think it was like 12-13, I think. It was pretty close. The girls are really tired at the end, but they held firm, so congratulations to them. My GASELPA meeting, where I was sworn in for my 12th year, serving on that board, and last night's ROP meeting, Trustee O'Neill said they celebrated Jasmine, as well as Colleen Hanley at Anaheim High School, where she's been there for a number of years, and she is announced her retirement this year, so for their dental program. Judging the South Junior High School soapbox speeches were, it was very, very, very difficult. The winner ended up being a bilingual student. He gave his speech not only in English but in Spanish and had a tremendous story. I love the theme this year. They wanted the students to focus on a project that would be beneficial to the community, and we're in good shape. Our students have tremendous ideas, and all of their ideas were really looked at seriously. And actually, by the time that we heard the one student's speech about the bathrooms, they had already put in the order to fix it. So, great work to everyone over there at South. And we always get really treated well at South. We always get treated well at every site that we go to, but South does a really nice job. They have the students pick us up from the parking lot, bring us in, and then they walk us out at the end. I got a balloon. And they always have a nice card, and they have the students from PAL sign it for us. So great job on teaching students how to be thankful. I attended also the Cypress City, where they gave the keys to the city and the park dedication for Arnold Park over in Cypress to Anna. Tet Parade was just absolutely amazing, and Superintendent and I also attended it was kind of like a symposium panel with the sociology department at UCI. It's called Conquering Hate. The emphasis was really about hate, and one of the professors actually said that we have to be reminded not only are the perpetrators of hate feeling that trauma, we don't think about that, but also, of course, the victims. But she named hate a mental and physical epidemic that we need to really be thinking about and trying to conquer that. Last night at the ROP meeting, Dana Lynch, the superintendent of ROP, reminded us that February 20th is the deadline for actually registering to vote in Orange County. There are some very important races, not only the presidential primaries, but we have an election for our Orange County trustees. So it's a really important election on March 5th. And he's also looking forward to our AI Summit. He can't wait. And I just also want to give a shout out to John Baptiste and the team. They're all at these events recording them. Stephen was at the Tet Parade and got all of that videotaping enough to put it on the Spotlight. And if you haven't watched the Spotlight presentations on Saturdays, and then sometimes they kick it over to a Sunday morning, it's just amazing to get all that footage recreated to the videos. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful highlights to what we're doing for the week. And we're at the 23rd now, or 24th now, and it's just amazing. So bravo to you, John, and the team to getting that out every week. Yeah. And as Principal Sasai said, congratulations to all of our CIF teams that are still fighting those battles. Happy belated Valentine's Day and happy Lunar New Year. And with that,
President Randall Trejo, could I interject just for a second?
Absolutely.
Apologies to those who have their agendas closed already. Could we recall 1110 II?
Yes. That was,
I pulled that one.
Correct.
yes, pulled it,
And we had 2 abstentions and 2 ayes, so if Trustee Guerrero is not abstaining, if we could revote, then we'll have a 3-1.
Okay. Yes, I'm only abstaining on 1111.
Right.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
So I move
Okay.
1110, aye.
Second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All righty. And abstention?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good catch.
Killjoy.
All right. Future meeting, we will be meeting sooner than expected on March 7th coming up. And any suggested agenda items? Okay, seeing none. Item 15, adjournment.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, good night, everybody.
Aye.